Imagine a monument so magnificent that its construction has spanned over 140 years, involving multiple generations of architects, artisans, and admirers. What drives a city, and indeed the world, to dedicate centuries to the creation of a single basilica? How has La Sagrada Familia, the longest-running construction project in history, evolved over more than a century? What challenges and breakthroughs have been faced in continuing Antoni Gaudí's vision? And how close are we to witnessing the completion of this architectural wonder? Join us as we explore the saga of the world's longest construction project, from its inception to the modern advancements propelling it towards completion. Discover the architectural marvels, the visionary behind it, and the global anticipation for its final reveal. As the countdown begins, we delve into what the completion of La Sagrada Familia means for Barcelona and the world. Will the final chapter of this 140-year construction live up to the legacy of its creator? Stay tuned as we explore the impending completion of this testament to human creativity and perseverance. The story of La Sagrada Familia began with the initiative of Barcelona-born book merchant Josep Maria Boccabella. Inspired by the sanctuary of the Holy House in Loreto, Italy, he decided to build a replica in Barcelona. Boccabella commissioned Francisco de Paula del Villar y Lozano, the diocesan architect, to design the Sagrada Familia project in 1882. Del Villar proposed a neo-Gothic style with a layout resembling great medieval cathedrals. The plan included 3 naves in a Latin cross-floor plan, a large crypt, an apse with 7 chapels, and a pointed bell tower rising 85 meters above street level, giving the building a distinctly Gothic appearance. However, disagreements arose between Del Villar, Boccabella, and his top advisor, architect Joan Martorell, over the cost of using solid stone pillars in the crypt. These disputes led Del Villar to step down from the project, marking the first time he had ever resigned as an architect. In 1883, Antoni Gaudí was offered the role of chief architect of the Sagrada Familia project. At just 31 years old, Gaudí had previously worked for the project's former architect, Francisco de Paula del Villar y Lozano. Despite his relative inexperience, Gaudí approached the project with a confidence and enthusiasm that would come to define his career. Upon taking over, he immediately began transforming the original plans, infusing them with his unique and innovative style that drew inspiration from Spanish late Gothic art, Art Nouveau, and Modernista styles. Gaudí's vision for the Sagrada Familia was nothing short of majestic. He aimed to create a building that would narrate the story of the Christian faith. To achieve this, he proposed a Latin cross-floor plan with 5 naves, a transept, an apse with an ambulatory, cloisters surrounding the building for large processions, 12 bell towers, 6 lanterns, and 3 facades. The structure is designed to feature 18 monumental spires, each dedicated to different aspects of Jesus' life. These spires include 12 dedicated to the apostles, 4 for the evangelists, 1 for the Virgin Mary, and the tallest spire for Jesus Christ, soaring to a breathtaking height of 170 meters. Gaudí's design incorporated geometric principles and precise proportions. His vision extended beyond the physical structure. He intended the Sagrada Familia to be a link between heaven and earth, a place where people could feel closer to God. The crowning element of the basilica, the Tower of Jesus Christ, stands at an impressive 172.5 meters above ground level. Gaudí employed innovative techniques such as double-twist helicoidal columns and precise ratios based on the laws of nature to create a masterpiece that defied traditional architectural norms. Interestingly, despite his dedication to this deeply religious project, Gaudí was not a practicing Catholic at the outset. However, he became extremely dedicated to the project, viewing it as a means for Christian evangelism. He believed that his client, or rather God, was never in a hurry, and thus took his time to carefully design the structure, ensuring every detail was perfect. In the countless hours Gaudí spent designing the Sagrada Familia, his appreciation for nature's forms became deeply embedded in the project. He believed that nature was the ultimate source of beauty, and that understanding its principles was the key to creating harmonious structures. Gaudí poured this belief into the Sagrada Familia, integrating natural forms into its structural elements. One of the most outstanding ways in which Gaudí's fascination with natural forms is reflected in the Sagrada Familia is through its structural elements, which are based on geometric shapes found in nature. He used these shapes to create columns, arches, and other structural components throughout the basilica. For instance, the double twist column, a central feature of the Sagrada Familia, is inspired by the helicoidal twist of oleander branches, a natural form that Gaudí found eye-catching. Even the hexagonal shape of the column is created by twisting an equilateral triangle. This natural form is also evident in the columns supporting the Passion facade, which resemble the tabular roots of trees like the kapok and cypress. Gaudí's use of undulating surfaces in the design of the Sagrada Familia's roofs is another example. Instead of using a traditional pitched roof with rafters, Gaudí designed the roof to be wavy. This design not only enhances the roof's aesthetic appeal, but also helps to channel water out through the undulating surfaces, much like the leaves of the magnolia tree. Gaudí's approach was the definition of an artist dedicating their life to a project. Gaudí was aware that the Sagrada Familia might not be completed during his lifetime, so he spent countless hours creating detailed models of the basilica. When completed, the structure would occupy an entire block in the city and stand as a symbol of magnificence for generations to come. Although many private investors expressed interest in funding the project, Gaudí was reluctant to accept their offers. Instead, he chose to self-fund the Sagrada Familia from the start. Even today, the basilica remains self-funded, relying heavily on donations and tourists who come from all over the world to witness Gaudí's creation. Its beauty is unmatched, but its construction has been lengthy and turbulent, affected by numerous problems and political and social issues. Tragically, Antoni Gaudí's creative process was cut short by a tragic accident in 1926. He was run over by a tram while crossing Gran Via and passed away 15 days later at the old Hospital de la Santa Creu. At the time of his death, the Sagrada Familia was only 15 to 25% complete. Just 10 years later, anarchist revolutionaries destroyed Gaudí's priceless models and most of his drawings, leaving generations of architects and engineers to piece together his singular vision. The Spanish Civil War exacerbated the situation. In 1936, many parts of the unfinished basilica, along with Gaudí's models and workshop, were destroyed. Anarchists even broke into the cathedral, stole plans, and destroyed the church's crypt. Work only resumed after the unrest ended in 1939, but the project changed hands multiple times, with 4 different architects taking control between 1939 and 1985. Over the years, the project faced numerous challenges, such as the arson attack on April 19, 2011, which caused damage and forced the evacuation of tourists and construction workers. By 2019, parts of the basilica completed in the early 20th century had aged to the point that they needed renovation. Despite its grandeur, the Sagrada Familia has not received any support from the government or official church sources. The project has relied solely on the generosity of visitors and donors. As the most visited monument in Spain, the Sagrada Familia attracts millions of visitors every year. The funds generated from ticket sales and private donations have been used to fund its construction, earning it the title of the Expiatory Temple. The annual costs of construction and maintenance are estimated to run up to $25 million, funded by the site's 3 million annual visitors and private donors. The current total estimated building costs stand at $374 million. Remarkably, the Sagrada Familia has been under construction for more than a century without a building permit. This led to a historic agreement in 2018 for the church to pay $41 million, approximately $45 million, to city authorities over a period of 10 years as part of the construction process. Despite these challenges, the dedication to completing Gaudí's masterpiece continues, a testament to the enduring allure and significance of his vision. The Sagrada Familia's journey to completion has been marked by numerous challenges and innovations. One significant milestone was obtaining a building permit, which cost $4.6 million, making it the most expensive permit in modern Barcelona. In recent decades, technological advancements have greatly accelerated the construction process. In the late 1800s, when Gaudí began designing his masterpiece, he and his team created handmade models to understand the building's design intricacies. Continuing this tradition, a team led by Josep Gómez Serrano has utilized advanced 3D technology to bring Gaudí's vision to life. Since 1991, the team has used CAD software to draft new work on the church, specializing in 3D modeling. They have employed a three-dimensional printer located on the Sagrada Familia's grounds to create precise prototypes, reducing the time and cost required for each new piece. Using Materialize Magic software since 2001, the team has perfected their designs before printing, ensuring the pieces fit together seamlessly. Advanced systems like Industry 4.0 have enabled architects to precisely control the assembly of various pieces that make up each panel on the central towers. This system uses sensors on each building piece to automatically control the construction process from beginning to end, confirming the right temperature, hardness, and tension of the steel rods that hold the panels together, making the construction process more efficient and accurate. Another technology that has been instrumental in saving time is virtual reality. Architects can send the 3D model to virtual reality glasses at any given time, creating a virtual view of the 3D model. This allows them to check the volume, geometry, texture, or light of a specific element, enabling quick and safe decision-making. One of the most striking features of the Sagrada Familia is its intricate stone carvings and sculptures. Originally, the lower columns were intended to be built with sandstones from the mountain of Montjuïc in Barcelona. This durable and aesthetically diverse material was exclusively found in the region. However, with the closure of the Montjuïc quarries in the 1970s, builders had to find alternative sources from various locations worldwide. Each stone was carefully selected to replicate the color, texture, composition, and durability of Montjuïc stone as closely as possible. Among the replacements, builders utilized Fragua stone from Galicia, Morisca or Clashach stone from Scotland, Liaz limestone from France, Portland stone from England, Varisite stone from Cantabria, and Silvestre Moreno and Silvestre Fino granite from Galicia. Other stones from around the world include Brazilian blue granite, red porphyry from Iran, basalt from Catalonia and Italy, Blanco Cristal granite from Madrid, and old corner stone from Catalonia. In total, approximately 50 different types of stone have been used in the construction of the basilica, each carefully selected to maintain the integrity and vision of the original design. Despite the numerous obstacles, including funding challenges and political unrest, the Sagrada Familia continues to rise, a testament to human creativity, technological innovation, and the enduring vision of Antoni Gaudí. The project remains self-funded, relying heavily on the generosity of visitors and donors, with annual costs of construction and maintenance running up to $25 million, supported by the site's 3 million annual visitors and private donors. The basilica is on its way to completion, driven by both the legacy of its original creator and the dedication of those who continue to bring his vision to life. Like everything else in the world, the Sagrada Familia was no exception when COVID-19 brought everything to a halt. The pandemic-induced financial crisis forced a 9-month hiatus in construction work. The primary funding source for the basilica's completion, ticket sales, also took a severe hit, causing a significant decrease in revenue. Construction work resumed in June 2020 with a reduced workforce, and the Sagrada Familia reopened to essential workers in July 2020. This caused a major setback to the original plan of completing the basilica by 2026, on the centenary of Gaudí's death. However, some experts remain skeptical about whether this deadline is achievable. The Director General of the Sagrada Familia has acknowledged that the project may not be completed until 2030, 2035, or even 2040. Interestingly, some skeptics have suggested that the prolonged construction timeline may be a deliberate plan to earn income for the Sagrada Familia, but this claim seems unsubstantiated. One thing is clear: the Sagrada Familia has become an integral part of Barcelona's tourism industry. Even unfinished, it remains a marvel of human creativity and perseverance, a legacy for generations to come. What are your thoughts on the completion of this church and its impact on the world? Share your views with us in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to stay tuned for more content like this.